Today I'm going to show you how to customize an alert box using Streamlabs OBS. If you are looking to interact with your viewers differently and have it more personalized to your style and your personality, then you guys have come to the right place. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. This video is going to cover how to not only set up the alert box, but also how to get the images that you would need, as well as the sound alerts that you would need to be able to accomplish this. That can be a little bit of a hard part for some people because they just don't know where to get the information they need to do it. So yeah, the alert box is primarily for newer people coming into the channel. And then I also use a stream deck to interact throughout the channel, throughout the stream. I don't know why I said channel. And then the loyalty store is for those coming in to incentivize them to stick around and get some free currency to be able to turn around and use some customized sound alerts that I've set up on my channel. So kind of a full 360 there. Now, if you guys want, I will go ahead and make another video about the stream deck separately, as well as the loyalty store. So if you guys would like to, go ahead and subscribe, comment below what you guys are looking for, and like it so that other people can see this ish. Cool. I also do stream on Twitch, so subscribe and follow me on there and come in and ask questions because I love to help other people. The link will be in the description, guys. Follow me. To get started, we're going to go into the Streamlabs Dashboard and then go into the alert box in the left directory right here, this button right here. Now you're going to come to this page. I'm already on it. Once you're here, first thing you're going to need to do is go to the Manage Theme section. And the reason for that is because if you have a theme already set up, it's going to have it already set up through here. What it'll look like is it will show up like this one. So dark mode is the name of the scene collection that I use, and then dark mode alert box is what it's primarily going to be attached to. So you have to change it, and obviously if you don't have one created yet, you got to create one first. So you're going to create a widget theme, you're going to enter a name, enter a description for it, blah blah blah. It's going to create this one for me. I called it creative, and then I changed my overlay to creative. And the reason I do this is because I didn't originally, and every time I would reload Streamlabs, it would pop up with the default alert box. So this will allow me to make sure that it stays there. Now, most important part, save settings. You have to save it, otherwise it will not do anything. Nobody likes wasting time. Going into the actual alerts themselves, we've got all the test buttons we need here. You can also use the one at the bottom of Streamlabs. There actually is a test widgets button right next to the record. It says follow, subscription, donations, bits, and host. So I don't actually do the host on this one just because hosting is just not as much of a thing anymore. Raids are more likely to happen. So, but I'm gonna do follow, subscription, donation, bits, and raids just for the sake of this. Now, looking into this, the first one is general settings. So the general settings piece, this is just going to be what most of them default to if you don't preset them in the individual alerts. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, the layout. If you don't set what you want the alert to look like, it will automatically default to whatever you choose here. So I choose this one because it looks clean. You got the image bigger up top, and then you've got the text underneath it. Now, I also believe that the alert delay sets at 5 seconds. I set it to 0 because I like as instantaneous as I can get it, because there is a slight delay with Twitch sometimes. And then profanity filter, I have that disabled, but that's personal preference based on what you want. Cool, let's get into the funner stuff. Going into the follow section, okay? So first thing is obviously the layout. You got the alert animation, how it's gonna fade in and fade out, changes if you want. I personally think this looks clean, it's not necessary. And then you got your message template. So if you wanted to say anything other than the person that's following you is now following you, this is where you would enter that, so it'll show up. So if I said, you are a pod champ, sir. No, not even sir, it could be a male or female, duh. And then you got the text animation, and then this is the cool part. So the image and the sound effect, okay? So the images piece, where you're gonna have to go to find the stuff, is giphy.com. I'm sure you can look up any other PNGs, portable network graphics, that just don't have backgrounds. You can still use GIFs that do not have that, or just any regular images if you want. I made this one personally using Illustrator, so I'm going to use that for this example. And then the sound effect I just found, I remembered like a Saw Dude video, so this is the sound effect for it. I saw it. It's a little bit quieter, but I I put these two together, and then let me actually go ahead and test it for you guys.
I saw it.
So I think that looks pretty clean, and that's definitely my personality type. And then down below, you got the open font settings. I don't mess with this. That's just too much for me. And then you got the open alert variations. I think this is fantastic. So what I love about this is that you can have different variations for each follower. So if you add a variation of this one, I can create the current one that I have there. I'm just going to put sudded. And then, boom, there you go. Now what's cool is that you got this one randomly. So it randomly replaces the default alert, which is really nice. And then I'm going to save settings, obviously. Cool. So just to give you guys an example of what you can do, I'm going to go into, I want to say the subscription one right now. This is what it currently is.
Merflex just subscribed. This is a test.
It is a test of your faith. Now, this is how we currently have it set up, right? So we've got Tina twerking, and we got the careless whisper going on in the background, right?
I don't think so.
I actually have the alert duration set at 10 seconds, and so the image would disappear well before the audio. You need to adjust that manually, so testing it is super important. But this is how it looks so far. You're going to notice that she actually appeared on the left of the text that showed up. So for that specifically, I thought it looked better just because she's taller, and so if I put it above, it would make it look really long. I didn't like that. Now, I also did the same thing as I did before. I added this as a variation, and what I'm going to do is add a second variation. So, let me go ahead. I'm going to go to, I already got one set up here. So we got Giphy, right? We got Tina doing the circle something. I think it's hilarious. I love this. I think it's so fun. So I'm going to go in here and then go to GIFs, Tina circling. Cool. And then I found a sound effect that I liked for it. I was just going to do the oh yeah. Which I think I could just drag it up. Perfect. What I love about Streamlabs too is they keep this collection, so that way if you want to change it up and you want to go back to it, it's easier to find. There we go. Cool. All right, and we'll just call this one oh yeah. You deserve the sex. I just love it. I think that's funny. Cool. All right, so we're gonna save settings. It's a little bit longer, but I think for subscriptions that's okay. Some people may want to reduce it, and that's fine. You can actually go into Audacity and do that. Audacity is a free software you can download to edit audio. But yeah, so what I went ahead and did here is I just downloaded the MP3 file from myinstance.com. You can also go to, I want to say like you can do like a YouTube to MP3 and just cut a clip. Do not quote me though. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing from a legal standpoint, but that's how I have done it and how I've seen other people do it. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, and then I went to Giphy.com to find the images. You got a lot of them here. So a lot of people get their information from there, but you can also just Google PNGs that you can use. The other thing too is like if you're a creator like myself, I also like to create things like this. So like my follow, for example, that was something I created, as well as my bits one. This is one of my sub emotes. So that's something that I've used. So going through and doing the subscription one, I don't know if I set it up. I don't know how many times I'd have to test it in order to get the alert variations to pop off, but I believe that it is set up successfully that way, where it will randomly do that. So going into the donation section here, so this is the one that I use for donations. It's Fry, and you got the donation shut up and take my money. Go ahead here and I'll show you guys.
Shut up and take my money.
This one's a pretty clean one, pretty simple, but just to show you one that's not a PNG and it's just a regular GIF. Bits.
Merflex cheered. X1000. This is a test bit alert.
There we go. And then let's do the last one, which is raid. So test raids.
Yeah. Fun. Looking forward to your raid night.
Yeah, so for this one, I actually took a YouTube video from like a parody somebody made of like the Rebecca Black song, and I just cut it down to just a few seconds of it so that I could use it with that. I just thought it was perfect for raids. So yeah, this is kind of the way that I have this customized one set up, but you can always keep the default one as well, just as long as you have an alert box. That's the most important. But hopefully you guys at least found a way to be able to utilize this, and then essentially all you'll need to do is just make sure that your sizing for your alert box is popped up into your stream. Mine is, I'm not sure if you're able to see it here, but gosh, let's see if I can get this going here. So you got this guy right here. So this is how big mine is, but you can move it around to wherever, so that way it shows up on here.
Decided.
You are a PogChamp. But I just keep it in the center just so that everybody can see it. You can make it smaller so that it's not taking up so much room, which I think is still a good idea for some people if you don't want it to ruin the game. Like for me, I play Dead by Daylight, which is primarily like a pretty big field of view that you need to be able to see to know what's going on. So I feel like having a smaller alert box would actually make more sense in the center. Either that, or you would need to put it over here on the right side, which is what most people do if they don't have it centered. So yeah. If that helps you guys try to set that up for yourself. But obviously the nice thing is you can change it up if you need to, or if people complain about where it's at, you guys can modify it as needed. So hopefully you guys found this informational and you guys were able to find out exactly what you would need to do if you wanted to customize this with the Streamlabs OBS software. It's really not that hard, but a lot of people just don't really know what to do or where to get the information. Just to kind of quickly cover how to do the audio piece, there was one thing that I did want to update with, I want to say it was the Tickle Biddies song, right? So you see, if I go into Audacity and go to my sounds, so if I wanted to do this one, right? And this one is actually really long. So what I might do is actually shorten it. I might just stop it right here. Just cut this. Now, what I might do just to make this a little bit louder, just because people have complained that it is a little bit lower, I can Control A and then Effect Amplify, and I can actually, that's really good, jeez. So I put it to just 5 decibel increase, and what I'll do is I'll export it as MP3. We're gonna go back in to the bits section, and then change media, and then you just drag and drop. So now we got that set, and then we're going to save settings. And then we're going to go ahead and test it real quick and see how it works. Actually, I need to reduce the amount of time, I think. I might do like 10 seconds just because it does have the text to speech.
Merflex cheered, X1. This is a test bit alert.
I think that was really good because it gives it enough time for the text-to-speech to appear. Now, the last thing I'll cover with you guys is the text-to-speech portion of this. So, open text-to-speech. So this one specifically in this area has a text-to-speech section. You enable it, and then it already has the English auto. You can set a minimum bits to read, and then a volume for the voice. I'll probably set the voice to 84% just because it's pretty good. And then include message template in text-to-speech. I think this is important to show viewers what they could put in there. That way they know that they can type in there. So I'm going to save that, and that's it, guys. Now you have a full setup of follow, subscription, donation, bits, and for people rating your channel with their viewers to show some appreciation for them. You guys can mix and match this, and if there's anything that you guys do that is different to this, or you found a more effective way to do this, please let me know in the comments below. Again, guys, remind you, like this video, subscribe if you guys like content like this, or if you want me to continue making content like this for you guys to make your streams better and more unique to yourselves. That's the goal. We're all here to, share our passion with gaming and content creation with other people and be part of a family. So please be part of mine. So have a good day, guys, and I will see you in the next one.